YouTube, we are booming. Think I'm finally ready to do this. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Get you some merchandise at toomuchgamepodcast.store. Get something to Instagram, even though I know them stupid alerts gonna be going across the screen. So let me clear all those. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on social media at Too Much Game Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, or at Uncle Dolemite on Instagram and Twitter. And let's start the show. That shit loud than a motherfucker, ain't it? And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. Man, another one of these like semi-late episodes. It's a Monday and shit. Kind of like the days that I kind of been recording them as of recent, but last week I did Tuesday because I had a lot going on last weekend. Today's episode, shout out to the homie Just Law, Instagram follow and shit. Go follow that nigga JUSS_law. He came up with this shit. I put a poll up on Instagram. Them weeks when a motherfucker like I don't be really having no hell of a topics and shit. So like for the most part, I just ask people who follow me. They could just shoot me some topics, shoot me some shit to talk about. And on some real shit, I wrote this show. Shit, what's going on, Just Law? Nigga, this the episode that you came up with, homie. But when did I write this motherfucker? March 4th I wrote this shit. But, when I put the poll up, Just Law was the one who said, I think it was like playing the game the right way. So that's what today's episode is about. Today's episode is about basically the game of life. Y'all know the motherfuckers called Too Much Game Podcast and shit. Game in the sense of how I use the term in the title of this motherfucking podcast is literally, just practical wisdom. That's what I call game, but, they call, the game of life. And that's what today's episode is about. It's about the game of life because, practically everything in life could be looked at like a game, and everything in life has rules that you have to follow by. And that's the thing with the reason a lot of people never win at life is because they might understand the rules, but they might not really understand how to keep score. They might not really realize what it is that you trying to do in the game of life. Like a lot of motherfuckers are just getting by. They not really living life. Like something that I said probably like, 10, 15 years ago on MySpace. Like the reason that a lot of motherfuckers in life will never be able to win is because they don't know how to keep score. Like they don't know what the real points are in life that you score. A lot of motherfuckers live life thinking that how much money you make is like the real way to win in life. Like, nigga, if you make a certain amount of money, somehow like you ahead of motherfuckers in life. And that's not the fucking case. A lot of times the main thing that you should be chasing in life is happiness. It's a lot of motherfuckers that got way more money than you and they jealous of you because you happier than they are. You got a lot more reasons to smile than they do. It's motherfuckers that make millions, even billions of dollars, and they jump out the window, commit suicide. They got everything that a lot of us think that life is about, and that ain't what life is about. It's a lot of times motherfuckers score points. The things that we think is the points that they scoring in life, and the shit don't really count. Like I said, nigga, you gotta know how to keep score. Like you gotta know which statistics in life that you keeping that are actually important. Like the reason that certain players get more fucking praise than other players is because, nigga, the points that they score mean more than the points that other players score. Like it's cool to get rebounds, it's cool to get assists, but it's the motherfucker who scores the most points that win the game. And that's the thing about life. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that feel like it's cool to just have multiple dollars and shit. You know, it's cool to have, you know, a big family. You know, it's a lot of shit that motherfuckers have, but it's like, nigga, you need that thing that makes you smile. You know, the shit that makes you feel good, like the shit that you look in the mirror and you happy with what you see in the mirror. It's a lot of motherfuckers that did a lot of shit in their life to get money and they can't look themselves in the mirror. Like they not comfortable with the person that they see. They not comfortable with who they are because they sacrifice their integrity for money. And what you say, Jerry's girl, I don't need happiness. I want to be content. It's the same thing. If you not content, you not happy. Like you can't have happiness without being content. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of motherfuckers feel like money is what's gonna have them content. That's not always the case. Nigga, you can have multiple millions of dollars, but if you got a fucked up relationship with your family, that money don't mean shit. You can have multiple millions of dollars, and if your health is fucked up, that don't mean shit. You know, like that shit goes hand in hand. Like basically what I'm talking about when I say happiness is being content. Like being a cool motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you can be living in a box and have the biggest smile. Yes, of course, money's important. You know, being content. If you mean content financially, you know, that's practically easy. You know, like the reason that this show is an ongoing thing is because I cover a range of shit. You know, like at the end of the day, what I'm saying in today's episode is in the game of life, you gotta prioritize the main things that make you happy. Like the things in life that you really want. You know, because of course, like money is important. You know, we all need money to eat. We need money to feed our family, to feed ourselves. You know, to buy the things that do make us happy. Because all of that ties into what I'm talking about. You know, because like they say, money can't buy happiness. That's absolutely motherfucking true. Money can't buy happiness. But brokenness can't buy you a goddamn thing. So of course I'm not trying to preach like, yeah, nigga, just be broke. Fuck money. Don't worry about money. Quit your job and go ride bicycles all day. Like, no, I'm not saying nothing like that. What I'm basically talking about is, nigga, once you find that comfortable number, you need to be finding all the things that make you happy amongst that comfortable number that you reach as far as financials. You know, like it's a lot of motherfuckers that's basically skipping out on the things that make them happy because they think skipping out on happiness for money is gonna make them happier. You know, like I did an episode, it was called Yellow Brick Road. And the gist of that episode was, while you're chasing what you chase in life, whether that be success in, you know, your career field, you know, you might be trying to be the CEO of a company. You know, you might be an entrepreneur, so you might be trying to make, you know, $1 million a year in your business. You might be a content creator. You know, you might be trying to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You might be a rapper. You might be trying to get signed. You know, you might be an actress. You might be trying to do a movie. But what I was talking about in that episode is no matter what it is that you chasing, remember to enjoy the journey. Because that journey is going to be way longer than that finish line that you cross when you get there. You know, basically the premise of Yellow Brick Road and the analogy of the Yellow Brick Road was when you watch the movie The Wizard of Oz, the whole movie was the journey. You know, everything that they learned, everything that they enjoyed, everything they did, the bonds that they built, that all happened along the Yellow Brick Road. Like it wasn't the whole movie is the ending. Like a lot of times it's the means that lead to the end. You know, a lot of times if the means that led to the end ain't what you want it to be, the end won't be shit. You know, it's kind of like the saying, you know, what is it to gain the world and lose your soul? You know, a lot of motherfuckers do a lot to gain the world, but they end up losing their soul on the way because they so focused on what it is that they trying to chase that they didn't realize what was really important on the way to that. You know, just like it's something that I learned as a, being a truck driver. A lot of us spend a whole lot of time on the road and away from our family. And it's like the reason that we on the road is to provide for our family, to make money for our family. But like in the field that we in, like we also have to take the time to prioritize that time that we get with our family when we get home. Because you don't want to look up and you 60, 70 years old and you realize you fucked up your relationship with your family on the way to provide for them. The fact that they provided for is cool, but you realize like, damn, nigga, my kids don't even really know me. Like we didn't even really make no memories. Like something that I made sure of before I hit the road was I wanted to see Brownie's first steps and I wanted to hear Brownie's first words. I literally had to sacrifice a lot of money just to make sure that I was home to share those moments with my daughter. Like my CDL I don't think was valid shit when Deuce was born, but like to me those things were important. And this is the thing, like I seen a post and it was like some people who had interviewed older people like in a hospice care center on their deathbed, and they was asking them like what was their biggest regrets. And a few of them was kind of like the same shit, which was, they didn't get to spend as much time with their family as they wanted to. They didn't prioritize the things that made them happy. They spent more time chasing money than doing the things that made them happy and really building strong bonds with their family. And that's what today's episode is about. It's a lot of shit that we doing in our life that we really skipping out on the important shit because we chasing money. We chasing success. We chasing fame. What's your name? The Mortgage Mermaid. Hit my DM. But that's the fucking thing. It's like I always tell motherfuckers, get your money, dog. I'll never tell a person not to get their money. By all means. Feed yourself and feed your family. Nigga, we need money. That shit is important. But nigga, like you also have to prioritize those real important things. Like nigga, your fucking health, taking care of your goddamn body. Like nigga, without your health, you ain't shit. You can ask fucking Steve Jobs. Nigga, Steve Jobs was one of the richest motherfuckers in the world and he clocked out. Like nigga, money couldn't buy that nigga another fucking minute, dog. All that money and that motherfucker clocked the fuck out. Like money ain't shit, my nigga. Of course that shit is important, but it ain't the most important. Just like happiness, motherfucking family, having a family, having motherfuckers that love you, being around real true friends. Nigga, it's rappers, athletes, entertainers, nigga, that snort coke, do hard drugs and all that just to get away from the reality of their life because they look up and they feel like don't nobody love them for who they are. They feel like everybody loves them for the wealth that they've gained. They feel like, nigga, you only fucking with me because I got these millions. Nigga, you only around me because of this motherfucking money I make. All of a sudden I got brand new cousins, brand new brothers and family members I ain't never met. Nigga, motherfuckers who never fucked with me before. They motherfuckers see me got drafted all of a sudden. Nigga, we was homies our whole life. That's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like you gotta really focus on real life relationships, real love. Like these are the things that honestly make us happy. Like having money, that goes without being said. Like that's the thing. It's easy to sit up here and tell motherfuckers, get money. Like and shit, me, nigga, I ain't no financial genius on some real shit, nigga. I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world when it comes to making money. But at the same time, nigga, I ain't never cried myself to sleep. And this is the fucking thing. It's motherfuckers with millions of dollars, nigga, that can't look theyself in the mirror. Motherfuckers can't sleep at night because of what they did to get the money, what they sacrificed to get the money, who they lost on the way to getting the money. Money is cool. Money's a beautiful thing, nigga. I hope to be a multi-millionaire one day. I hope to be able to have enough money to where I could do this podcast full time, not have to work. All I got to worry about is what me and my kids do, where I take my kids, what type of vacation we gonna be on. Like, of course, that's the goal in my life. And in order for me to accomplish that goal, I need money. But at the same time, nigga, I can't lose myself to get that money. Like that's the thing, nigga. That is what they mean when they use the term selling your soul. Because you gave up everything that you felt was important to get some motherfucking money. You exchange everything that you hold near and dear to yourself to get some motherfucking money. What's going on, YG Blaze? You know, like, that's the fucking thing. Nigga, you can't sacrifice who you are. You can't sacrifice your integrity. You can't sacrifice your family, your time. You know, all of these things that are truly important. What's going on, Gorilla Bo? Like, it's a lot of shit that's way more important than money, dog. And again, this ain't no anti-money show. Like, I don't tell you niggas, hey man, fuck money. Go surfing, nigga. Just quit your job. Nigga, go surf. You know, like that's stupid and illogical. But what I am saying is, my nigga, if there's something that you have value on, something that you have passion about, nigga, always remember to keep that shit first. Get your motherfucking money. But my nigga, keep your family in mind while you getting your money. Keep your close friends around while you getting your money. Don't never put money over your motherfucking friendships, because money can't buy true friendship. Nigga, money ain't never gonna buy you nothing real, my nigga. Money will get you all the superficial shit in the world. Money will get you a whole lot of things. You know, money will help you take care of your family. You know, money will help you, you know, do a whole lot of good things. Money will help you make a lot of people happy. But at the same time, you can't sacrifice those things for that money. You know, because that's the fucking thing. A lot of motherfuckers, like I said, in the game of life, it's like, nigga, you ignoring playing defense just so you could score points. Nigga, all the points in the world don't matter if the other team score more points than you, my nigga. If you don't play defense, all them points don't matter. Without the rebounds, without assists, nigga, without nigga sharing with your teammates, you can't win in the game of life, my nigga. You know, you can't be too busy trying to be the main scorer on your team to end up winning. You know, that's the reason a lot of motherfuckers in sports lose, because you got a selfish player on the motherfucking team. You know, like, again, the game of life. A lot of the reason a lot of us lose in the game of life is because we don't realize that it's a team sport. You know, you ain't in this motherfucker by yourself, my nigga. You know, a lot of us walk around life like it's a movie and we the motherfucking star. Everybody else is just supporting characters. Like, I'm the only motherfucker that's important in this bitch. So I ain't sharing with nobody. You know, a lot of times, nigga, sharing ain't always giving the motherfucker money, nigga. Sometimes sharing is information. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's stingy as a motherfucker with information, dog. You know, a lot of what this podcast is about, the reason that I started this motherfucker, the reason that the format of this show is the format of this show is because I want to share all the information that I personally get. You know, like, I feel like this is my fucking duty, nigga. My duty as a fucking public servant on some real shit is to share this game that I have. Everything that I feel like I know, I share with the motherfucking listener. Nigga, whether I be right or wrong, nigga, this is what I know and this is what I'm sharing according to what I know. Like, this is always what I used to tell, like, my younger family members, my nigga. If I can honestly sit up here and tell my little brother, my little cousin, my son, or my nephews that at your age, I'm doing better than you, I fucking failed, my nigga. You know, like, this was something, you know, like that me and my dad kind of had like a little tizzy about. Like, this nigga would be like, nigga, when I was your age, I was doing this. When I was your age, I was doing that. When I was your age, I was doing this. And I'm like, nigga, you don't think that makes you a failure? Like, you don't think that it's your job to put me above where you was at my age? Like, that's what I thought your job was as a father. Cause that's what I feel like my job is as a father. Like, I don't want Deuce to have to do what I did at the age that I'm at. Like, I feel like my job as a father is to, nigga, if I was at $100,000 a year at 40 years old, nigga, by the time he 40, he should be making 200,000 at the least. You know, $1 million. You know, like nigga, my son should be way ahead of where the fuck I was. Like that's my job. You know, and that's the fucking thing with the game of life being a team sport. You know, it's cool to score a lot of points, my nigga, but it's much better to be able to spread the wealth amongst your team. You know, one nigga scoring 20 is cool, but it's way better when the whole motherfucking team is scoring. What's going on, Beauty Slayer from the So Problematic podcast? You know, like that's the thing, like nigga, we gotta realize what's important in the game of life. You know, money is important, you know, but it's much more important to have the things and people in your life that make you happy. You know, and a lot of times, like, you know, this is the reason that people create vision boards and shit, you know, so they could keep that shit in front of them. You know, and a lot of times, you know, like I be telling people, nigga, if you have a vision board, I would truly hope that you have pictures of your family on that vision board, pictures of your kids on that vision board. You know, like you can't just have a bunch of superficial shit on your vision board. Like your vision board can't just be a big ass house, a nice car, a boat, you know, pictures of buildings in Dubai and island vacations and, you know, trips to Jamaica and all that shit. Like, all that shit don't mean shit if you ain't got family around you, my nigga. All that shit don't mean shit if you don't got your real close friends around you. What's going on, Blackjack 94, Birmingham, Alabama, and bitch? What's going on, my nigga? But like, that's the fucking thing. You know, it's a lot of shit in your life that's gonna be a lot more important than money. Yes, you need the money, but you also need those things. You know, you need to have the things in life that make you happy, because money can't buy a lot of this shit. You know, money could buy you cars and a house and, you know, a whole lot of creature comforts. You know, like nigga, when you got money, nigga, you be sleeping on a much more comfortable bed, in a much safer neighborhood, in a much better house. Your air conditioner be blowing and all that good old shit. Like, you know, comfortable shoes to wear, you know, nice everything. You know, like you drink better liquor, you eat better food. Like all this shit will make you a little happier. But again, if you got all this shit and your family life fucked up, a lot of that shit not gonna matter, my nigga. You know, like I be telling motherfuckers, like, nigga, I would rather be a regular dude with a happy family, you know, happy wife, happy kids. You know, I get off work and everybody smiling when they see me. You know, I get off work and, you know, I go kick it with my homeboys and we have drinks and we enjoy laughs and we have experiences and memories and shit. I'd rather have that shit as a regular ass truck driver than be a multi-millionaire and I can't trust nobody around me. You know, like look at some of these rap niggas. You know, like you got all these multiple millions of dollars. Matter of fact, Kanye West. Nigga, do you think all that money and success could replace his mama? Like on some real shit. Like nigga, it put yourself in Kanye's shoes. Do you think that all that money would be cool if your mama end up dying on you? Like if I said, hey man, look, I'm gonna give you $600 million right now, but we gotta kill your mama. Your mama gotta go. We gonna smoke her motherfucking ass. But here goes $60 million. But your mama, she out of here, my nigga. You know, like, how important is money in a situation like that, my nigga? You know, like if a motherfucker say, hey, now I'm gonna give you $600 million, nigga, but I gotta kill your son. Your son gotta go. He up out of here. But you gonna be rich forever, my nigga. You will never worry about money again. But your son, he up out this bitch. We gotta smoke him. Like, that's when you realize how important money is, my nigga. You know, like I be telling motherfuckers about your health. Like, nigga, what if a motherfucker told you, nigga, we gonna give you $600 million, but by the time you 47, you gonna die of brain cancer. Nigga, we just gonna get your ass up out of here, nigga. So you got about 22 years to enjoy this motherfucking money. But 47, your ass is gone, my nigga. You know, like you gotta prioritize the things in your life that are truly important, nigga. Money is cool. Yes, money is very important. But there's things that are more important than money. And those are the things that we gotta keep in mind why we are chasing money. You know, like that's the thing about the game of life. Yes, you have to score points to win any game. In basketball, of course you gotta score points. But while you scoring points, nigga, you gotta remember to pass. You know, during the season, you gotta remember that you gotta practice. You know, during the motherfucking season, like you gotta realize that you have to get along with your motherfucking teammates. You gotta share the ball. You know, like you gotta have those experiences and them team building exercises to where you got these good relationships with the players on your motherfucking team. Or your ass ain't gonna win. You know, that was a fucking conversation that I had with somebody this week about that shit. Like, all the greatest players in NBA history, all the greatest players in the history of sports had to carry the bags for the older players on the team when they got drafted. You know, everybody in a team dynamic has to pay their dues to get in the team dynamic to gain the trust of their teammates. You know, to gain the camaraderie of their teammates. You know, to let their teammates know that they gonna be a valuable player on the motherfucking team. Like, it ain't always about who's the best player, who's the tallest, strongest, fastest, who can score the most points, who can get the most rebounds and blocks and shit like that. You know, like, and this is what it is when it comes to the game of life. Like, nigga, just because you can make a lot of money don't mean shit. You know, like, it's a lot of motherfucking kids out here that don't really fuck with their parents because they looked at them like they was a fucking walking ATM machine. You know, you don't never want your kids to look at you in that light. Like, yeah, Pops was cool, but we ain't really have a good relationship. Nigga, I stayed with all the Jordans, but that nigga never played basketball with me. You know, I had all the video games and all the fly clothes. You know, my daddy kept me in all type of fly shit, but you know, that nigga never came outside and kicked the ball around with me. You know, my dad always did all this fly shit. You know, I stayed with all the new toys. You know, whenever I needed something, daddy had it, but he was never at my baseball games. You know, a lot of motherfuckers that resent you. Even though you did all the things that you thought was important, you missed out on the shit that was really important. What's going on, Jerm from the Life Unplugged podcast, coming back, not retired ass nigga. You know, like, that's the thing, my nigga. Once you realize what the rules of the game are, what's important in the game, then you can play that shit a whole lot better. You know, a lot of motherfuckers don't really understand what's important in life, and that's why they be fucked up. You know, us as parents, you know, a lot of times we got to keep in mind what's important as parents, which is that motherfucking time that we spend with our kids, the memories that we create with our kids, the things that we do with our kids, the lessons that we teach our kids. They gonna love us a lot more for what we taught them than what we bought them. You know, it's a lot of us that's gonna walk around a lot more with the lessons that our parents taught us than remembering how many race cars they bought us, or how many Hot Wheels we had, or how many PlayStation games we had, or how many motherfucking, you know, oh man, I had all the motherfucking Atari 2600 games. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing when you fucking 40, my nigga. You know, oh nigga, when I was little, nigga, I had every pair of Jordans in the world. That shit ain't gonna matter, my nigga, when it come time for you to pay some bills, or when you have problems in your interpersonal relationships and shit. You know, when you realizing a lot of motherfuckers that you fuck with don't fuck with you like that. You know, it's a lot of shit that your parents should have taught you that your ass ain't learned, and that's gonna be what's valuable in life. You know, like I talked about that shit in my last episode, dog. You know, a lot of motherfuckers is coming to social media looking for all the fucking lessons that their parents didn't teach them. You know, and a lot of that fucking problem is your parents kind of focused on some shit that maybe they thought was important that wasn't really important. You know, a lot of motherfuckers is way more focused on what they provide financially than what they provide intellectually. You know, what they provide as far as lessons that they teaching you, what they provide as far as the memories that they create with you, the bonds that they create with their motherfucking kids. You know, it's easy to say, nigga, my son stay fly. My daughter stay fly. You know, my kids stay in the best of this and the best of that. But your kid is failing all their motherfucking classes. You know, your kid fly as a motherfucker, but don't nobody at they school like him. You know, like that's the fucking thing. It's a lot of kids that's unhappy. You know, they got all that fly fancy shit, but they ain't got no fucking friends at they school. Cause you be moving them around because your motherfucking career makes you move around. Or the type of lifestyle you live makes you move around. So your kid ain't got no real friendships in life. You know, it's a lot of shit that kids will resent you for. And a lot of it is tied to you doing the things that you think are important in parenting and they not fucking important. You know, this is the thing with the game of life and us understanding the rules, us understanding the score, us understanding what's important in this game of life that we playing. You know, in life, you have to realize what's truly important because money is important, but there are things that are more important and we always got to keep that shit in mind, my nigga. You know, just like how we attain the things in life that we want. You know, like money, family, you know, relationships, memories that we create, things that we teach our family. You know, like we got to find ways of going about that shit. You know, like sometimes you're going to have to take some time off work just to kick it with your motherfucking kids. You might not want to, but that's something your ass going to have to do. Like me personally, nigga, that's some shit that I've struggled with. You know, I done missed out on some shit because I had money I had to make. You know, it's like, nigga, in order for me to keep all this shit going on, I gotta be gone. You know, like that's a struggle, especially a lot of times with men. You know, and it goes, you know, nowadays, it's men and women. A lot of women are missing out on good relationships because of what they chasing financially. You know, and this goes back to me kind of wanting to have women around to talk to when it comes to topics like this. But I be feeling like a lot of times women miss out on good relationships because they be wanting to chase the bag. They be wanting to chase that boss bitch mentality. You know, they want to be entrepreneurs too. They want to be hustlers too. They want to make money too. They want to wear nice shit, do fly shit, go on vacations and shit like that. You know, but a lot of times that comes at the cost of good relationships with men. You know, this is the thing as far as men in relationships. We be spending so much time trying to be a provider that it fucks up our relationship with our women. You know, like I said, like there's things that are more important than money. And you got to keep that shit in mind when you doing everything that you doing for money. Because I'll never tell a motherfucker to stop chasing money. You always gonna have to go get that shit, nigga. Money is important as a motherfucker. But you can't never let that shit make you lose sight of all the other shit that's important. Because, nigga, the money ain't gonna buy none of that other shit. Nigga, this is like the thing when I talk about time. Because I would always say, nigga, time is the most valuable asset that any of us have. Like, time is literally the most precious thing that we have in life. Time itself is what life is. Time is life. Life and time go hand in hand. You know, so this is why I would always say to value your time. You know, this is why I always say to value the time that you spend with your loved ones. You know, value the time that you spend doing the things that you love. Because when it comes to money, nigga, you can't give too much of your time for this shit. Because one thing is, nigga, you can win the lottery and get $1 zillion, nigga. You can always make that money back. You can't never get that time back. You know, so a lot of times, you know, like, it's kind of like a newer phenomenon, like something that I've been seeing on Twitter where they telling people to take their PTO. You know, a lot of the shit that you see in memes, a lot of the new cliches that you see are highly important. What's going on, Luke Fly talking? You know, like it's a lot of shit that I be hearing and shit that I be seeing that be profound as a motherfucker, and I be hoping people catch on to it. But like that shit of people telling motherfuckers to take their PTO, that's super important. Because at the end of the day, nigga, taking your PTO, nigga, that's you. Who's that say? Maxine Waters, when she say reclaiming your time, that's what that is, my nigga. Like you be having to take that extra time for your own mental health. You be having to take your own time to spend with your family, to spend doing the things that you find important, because you're gonna look up one day and you gonna regret all that time that you gave away for the money. You know, like I said, nigga, when they interview old people on their deathbed, that be a lot of they fucking regrets. They feel like they worked too hard. You know, they did all that motherfucking work and a lot of it didn't really add up to the happiness that they wanted in their life. You know, a lot of times we regret all the time that we spent away from our family trying to get money. All the time that we spent away from our significant other trying to get money. You know, and that's the thing. We always have to keep in mind what's important. You know, what our actual priorities are. Because money cannot be your main priority, dog. You know, money is important, but it can't be the be all end all of what makes you wake up every morning. You know, because at the end of the day, nigga, money can't hug you at night. You know, nigga, when your ass is in that motherfucking hospital, nigga, money ain't gonna make you better. You know, nigga, sometimes, nigga, you might get a terminal illness that nothing can cure. You know, just like what Steve Jobs died from, nigga. That nigga was a multi-billionaire and his ass still clocked out early. You know, but the thing is, nigga, like, at the least, if I gotta pass away early, it would be best that I at least got loved ones who I know fucked with me before I went out. Like, at least I know I got kids that love me. You know, a wife that love me, or friends that love me. You know, at least I know it's gonna be motherfuckers to speak at my funeral, nigga. Don't nobody wanna go out like Ebenezer Scrooge, my nigga. You know, all that money and no happiness. You know, like, just think about what was homeboy, like Anthony Bourdain or some shit like that. Nigga, homeboy had all that money and all that shit, nigga, end up killing himself. You know, nigga, you got all the money in the world, but you depressed as a motherfucker. You know, a lot of times, nigga, like, yeah, money is great, nigga, that shit is cool, but you always got to keep in mind what's truly important when you moving around through this thing called life, my nigga. You know, like, this be the thing when it comes to your vision board. You know, this is the fucking thing when it comes to anything that you chasing in life. You always got to keep in mind those things that are truly important to you. Because money is, that shit is easy, nigga. You know, like I tell people, nigga, there are podcasts out there that teach you everything you need to know about finances, getting money, having money, getting wealth, maintaining wealth. You know, like, what's going on, Black Diamond 365? What's going on, Lil Mike? Like, you know, there's plenty of information out there that tells you how to get money. You know, nigga, if you focus long enough on getting money, you'll be able to get that shit. You know, like, but like I be telling motherfuckers, like, nigga, you can literally hit the lottery and become a millionaire overnight, my nigga. You know, like, if you got a talent, nigga, if you got a skill, you know, if you meet the right person, you get into the right relationship, money will come. But it's a lot of shit money can't buy, and this is what I'm talking about in today's episode. You know, nigga, money can't buy a great relationship with your kids. Nigga, you can buy your kids all the shit in the world and still have a fucked up relationship with them. You know, like, I know a bunch of motherfuckers who parents spoiled them to death. You know, like, just think about, like, the show Power. This nigga fucking Tariq had everything a kid can ask for. That nigga hated his daddy to the point where he smoked him, my nigga. This nigga had everything in the world, nigga. His daddy kept him laced up. Nigga, you live in the best place in town. You go to the best school in town. You wear all the best flyer shit. And you got a fucked up relationship with me. I did all this for you. How do we got this fucked up relationship? You know, that's the fucking thing. Like, you got to focus on what's truly important in life, my nigga. You know, in fucking relationships, my nigga. When you in love with a person, you can buy a woman everything in the world and she'll still cheat on your motherfucking ass if you don't rub her feet. If you don't eat her pussy, if you don't take her on dates, spend time with her, compliment her, make her ass feel sexy, make her ass feel protected, nigga, fuck the money. Like, nigga, she'll have a nigga that's gonna hug and kiss her. She'll ride off on a bicycle. And your ass had her ass rolling in a motherfucking Rolls Royce because she didn't feel loved. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that'll resent you because all you had for them was money. Like, money important. You know, because there are some motherfucking prostitute ass bitches that be in an unhappy relationship and they just happy with having fur coats, diamond rings, designer bullshit, and nice cars. Like, yeah, you know, the nigga dick little and, you know, I don't really like this motherfucker, but I stay fly and that's cool. You know, you got bitches like that. But for the most part, nigga, in all relationships that you have in life, nigga, the most important thing that you gonna be able to give anybody is your time. You know, like when it comes to your kids, nigga, like I said, the most valuable thing you gonna be able to give your children is lessons. You know, time that you spend with them. You know, like the things that I remember the most about my parents are what I learned from them. You know, things that I've done with them. Like, nigga, I might not remember every pair of shoes my mom and dad bought me. I might not remember every video game they bought me. But I for damn sure remember, you know, my mom being the loudest motherfucker in the gym in my basketball games. You know, like my mom being the loudest motherfucker when I graduated high school. Like, I remember, like, nigga, you ain't even gotta look for her because you can hear her motherfucking ass. Yeah, that's my mom. The motherfucker screaming, jumping up and down and cussing and shit. Yeah, that's my mom. Her right there. The loud motherfucker. Like, that's the shit that you remember as a kid. Like, niggas, they could have bought me all the fly shit in the world, but that shit don't matter now. Damn near 40. You know, like, there's some shit in life that's goddamn priceless. Like, money can't buy this shit. Nigga, health. Money can't buy that shit. You know, like I be telling my homeboys all the time, nigga, the reason I'm always drinking water, eating salad, eating fruit, and avoiding soda and all that stupid ass shit is because, nigga, all the money in the world ain't gonna save me if I let this food fuck me up, my nigga. If I let sitting on my ass fuck me up, nigga, I ain't gonna be able to buy my way out of that shit. I can't buy my way out of goddamn cancer. I can't buy my way out of a heart attack. You know, so yes, I'm trying to get the money like everybody else trying to get the money. But I'm also keeping my mind focused on what's important. You know, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a vision board. You know, I just keep the things in my life that are important around me. Like, I don't have like some shit that I wrote and took pictures of on a board. But like when I crack my phone open, it's a picture of an S600 Maybach. You know, like once I open my phone, like on the lock screen. Then when I unlock my phone, it's a picture of me and my kids. Like, that's the two things that I always see. You know, like I always talk about the tattoos on my hands. Nigga, like one thing that you see in your life all the motherfucking time is your fucking hands. You know, that's why I got my wife and my son tattooed on my hands. On my arm, I got my daughter. Like, I always make sure the things in my life that are very important to me, I always keep them in front of me. Cause money can't buy that shit. What you say, just came by real quick to show some love, bro. Good looking out, Wash Cow King 32, nigga. I was looking for your ass and shit too, nigga. What's going on with you? You know, but like, that's the thing, nigga. When it comes to life, you always gotta keep your fucking priorities in front of you. You know, whenever you playing this game of life, you always gotta remember the points in life that are the most important. You know, you always gotta remember that life is a motherfucking team sport. And you gotta keep your main teammates as close to you as possible on this motherfucking journey while you playing this game. You know, because it's a lot of motherfuckers that get to the money and the motherfuckers around them they can't really fuck with because they don't know whether these motherfuckers are genuinely around them because of who they are or because of what they got. You know, and this is why I stress, like, always making sure to keep those important relationships very important to you. You know, keep your realest homies around you. Keep your realest family members around you. You know, don't never be too stingy to share information with these motherfuckers. Never create an environment where you feel like you in competition with your close motherfuckers, because that's gonna fuck you up in life. You know, like, that's the fucking thing, dog. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna be around you that you gonna need when you get to where you wanna go. And you can't go through life trying to be stingy with money, stingy with information, stingy with your motherfucking time. Because like I was telling my homeboys about motherfucking millionaires, these motherfuckers be, nigga, they be goddamn isolated too much and it fucks they ass up. And that's why a lot of millionaires kill themselves, because they feel like they alone in the world. Because on their way up, nigga, they got to the top alone, and when they got to the top, they started feeling alone. Nigga, you supposed to bring as many motherfuckers with you as possible. And not to say like break yourself trying to help dead weight. But a lot of times, nigga, you gotta keep motherfuckers around you and help they ass to help you. You gotta create an actual team. You can't just be the motherfucker taking care of all your broke ass homies. Like, you gotta keep motherfuckers around you who you got love for and who love you. And y'all motherfuckers is helping each other keep each other up. So when you get there, nigga, it's you and your crew. And what you say, Watch Cow King? I just came on my biopsy 20 minutes ago. So I'm just waking up. God damn, homie. Well, shit, nigga, get well, my nigga. I don't even know what a biopsy is, but whatever that shit is, nigga, be well, nigga. Shit, get your rest. Nigga, drink water, eat fruit, my nigga, goddamn. But like, this is the fucking thing, my nigga, like, me. Just as a truck driver, I'm not saying I'm a millionaire truck driver. I'm a regular ass truck driver, nigga. But I've always been the type of nigga that, nigga, no matter what I've known, no matter what play I make, I'll be quick to tell all my closest niggas about that shit. Like, hey, nigga, I'm finna go get my CDL and become a truck driver, nigga. This the company I'm going to. This is the thing that I'm doing. These is, the answers of the test that somebody gave me. Like, I always do my best to share information with as many people as I can. So those motherfuckers, when I get up there, nigga, them motherfuckers will be right there with me. I don't gotta spoon feed this nigga financially, nigga. I'd much rather give you information than money. Like my cousin who I fuck with the closest, my cousin Lil Mike. Nigga, no matter what I'm doing, nigga, I'ma hit Lil Mike like, hey Mike, look, here go everything that your ass need to become a truck driver. I got this other little play that I'm finna make soon, and after I make it, all the information that I have about this play that I make, if that shit is successful, I'm literally gonna come on this motherfucking show and I'm gonna break down every motherfucking piece of the process. Because the plan is for this shit to be $1 million play. And a lot of what the fuck I'm talking about that I'm gonna do, I got from Mr. Brown, life agent, who I had on this motherfucker like 3 episodes ago. Shout out to Mr. Brown, life agent. Like, that's the fucking thing, nigga. That's what this whole fucking show is about, me sharing information on the game of life. Like, I try not to make these motherfucking episodes like too much about current events and shit, because I want motherfuckers to be able to go through each episode and get something different about the game of life that's gonna help them. Like, nigga, literally from episode 1 to episode 142, which is this episode. Like, I want you to be able to find something in any episode that you tune into and be able to use that shit to move you forward in life, my nigga. Today's episode was just about understanding what are the important things in life, what things you are supposed to be prioritizing. Like I tell motherfuckers, yes, money is a priority. It should be somewhere up in the top 5. But nigga, the top 1 needs to be family. Love, the things that make you truly happy. Like, nigga, even if you play ball, you play basketball, you need to be finding time throughout the week to play some motherfucking basketball. If basketball is what you passionate about, no matter what you do for a living, you need to be finding time to fucking play basketball. If your family is all you have, you need to be finding time, prioritizing time to speak to your family members. You need to be prioritizing time to kick it, hang out with your family members, create memories with your motherfucking family members. Because like I said, nigga, you don't want to look up, you 75, 85, 95, 105 years old on your deathbed and you realize you didn't spend as much time doing the things that made you happy as you should have. A lot of times, nigga, this is the reason that we chasing money. We chasing money to get the freedom to do the things that make us happy. But a lot of times, nigga, whether you reach that goal or not, you have to have prioritized time to do those things that made you happy on the way, because you don't want to realize like, damn, I never really hit 1 million, so I didn't get to do that thing that I wanted to do. You know, niggas like set their goal after they reach a certain thing, and sometimes it don't work like that. So sometimes, nigga, you gotta hit that thing that you want to do that makes you happy before you reach that financial number. You know, like motherfuckers be like, oh man, once I get rich, I'm gonna go to Jamaica. Nah, nigga, just go to Jamaica now. Nigga, you might get hit by a bus on the way to that $1 million. So you might as well just take your ass to Jamaica, my nigga. You know, go ahead and take that PTO and take your ass to Jamaica. You know, like if you say, oh nigga, when I get rich, I'ma do this. Like, man, just find you a way to do that on the way to getting rich, my nigga. Because you might get hit by a bus before you get rich. So go ahead and just do that thing, my nigga. You know, if you want to travel, nigga, travel. You might not be able to travel as much as you would if you hit that number, but at least find a way to travel once a year. You know, go on a little miniature vacation or something. Like, do the things that make you happy as much as you can, because you never know when you're gonna clock out. You know, like, that was something that I was kind of getting to earlier in this show, you know, about happiness. Like, you have to do the things that you enjoy as much as possible, because you never know when it's gonna be your time to get the fuck up out this motherfucker. You know, like, you never know when that motherfucking that plug gonna get pulled. You know, so make sure that, nigga, you don't have no regrets in life because you spent so much time at work that you didn't take time to enjoy what you was working for. You know, like, that's the fucking thing. We go to work for money. Nigga, we hustle for money. Nigga, we entrepreneurs, we invest and we do all this shit that we do for money. But we got to remember that all money is a tool to get the things that truly make us happy. All money is a tool to help us maintain the things that make us truly happy. Money is just something that we use to take care of the things that make us truly happy. Money don't make you happy. What you buy with money makes you happy. What you take care of with money makes you happy. You know, how you spend your money, like, that's what makes you happy. The fact that you was able to buy those things for your kid, that's what made you happy. It wasn't the money. You know, the vacation you took your kids on, that's what made you happy, not the money. You know, like I tell motherfuckers all the time, so if I gave you $17 billion right now and said you couldn't spend a penny of it, would you be happy? You got money. Did that make you happy? No, because you can't do shit with it, nigga. All money is a fucking tool. You can't be excited to have a tool. You know, that's just like if you trying to fucking build some shit, nigga. If I gave you a hammer and told you you couldn't use that motherfucker, the tool ain't what made you happy. The ability to finish the job is what made you happy. You know, money and your ability to take care of motherfuckers, your ability to buy shit, nigga, your ability to feed yourself, your ability to get the things that make you happy, nigga, your ability to pay your way into the golf course, your ability to pay your kids' way through school. That's what made you happy. Nigga, the money was just a tool that you used to get there. So don't never fucking prioritize the money. You got to prioritize the time, the experiences, you know, the lessons that you learn, nigga. That's what's important in the game of life. Nigga, the money is just something that's there to help you do all that shit. What's going on, my nigga King John from Frocast? You know, like, that's the fucking thing, nigga. The game of life is all about time. It's all about experiences. It's all about love. Nigga, money is important in all of those things. But those things are far more important than the money, because all the money was a tool to attain, retain, and maintain those fucking things, my nigga. And what you say? Nope, it's like starving and there's a fridge full of sandwiches, but there's a combo lock and you don't know the combo. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, my nigga. You know, like, just because you have money don't mean a motherfucking thing if you can't use it to do those things that truly make you happy. The fucked up thing about money and people who get it, people who spend too much time chasing it, too much time focusing on it. Motherfuckers get all the motherfucking money in the world and realize they don't even know what makes them happy. Like these are the workaholics of the world. Like all these motherfuckers know is what they do to get money. But when they get on vacation, when they retire, when they kick back, it's like, nigga, they don't even know what to do. Like, this is something that I talked about with a lot of my coworkers. Like, we got older coworkers at my job. My nigga, these niggas is 60, 70 years old, still working. And these motherfuckers is literally working so they don't be bored to death. And like, this is, where I cracked my jokes at in the conversation. But I was telling them niggas, literally, before I'm in this motherfucker, 75 years old, working just so I don't die, nigga, I will start smoking crack. Nigga, I will take heroin. Nigga, I will drink lean. I'll take motherfucking mushrooms, psychedelic drugs. Nigga, I will be I'll be on the red light. I'll be walking up and down Fig paying prostitutes, my nigga, before my motherfucking ass be 75 talking about, yeah, I got enough money to retire, but I ain't got nothing to do. I do. Let my old ass, nigga, I'll be old than a motherfucker on hard drugs. Nigga, I'll be old than a motherfucker, nigga, paying every prostitute in LA to play with my dick and it don't even work no more. Before my ass be old as hell just going to work so I don't die of boredom. Nigga, you got me fucked up. Ain't no way in hell working is what's gonna be keeping my ass alive. Like, that shit don't even fucking compute with me, my nigga. I would literally rather just go to the mall and follow bitches around as an old ass man all day before I work to keep myself from dying of boredom. And this is the fucking thing, nigga. This is why, as you're growing as an older person, as you're going through your journey of life, you need to be forging these relationships. You need to be finding the things that you're passionate about. You need to be finding the things that make you happy. So when your ass is 65, 70 years old, nigga, instead of being like, I'ma fucking work all goddamn day, like, nigga, go golf, go on cruises, travel. What you say, Marcus? I'll be spending that retiring money on a cruise ship. That's exactly what I'm saying, dog, nigga. When you 75 years old, the fuck you mean I'm going to work so I don't die of boredom? Nigga, go on a cruise, go on a fucking vacation, man. Nigga, go to the strip club. Nigga, go snort cocaine. Nigga, my grandma. Like, nigga, I remember my grandma, nigga, when I was, I'm like 20, 27, 28. Cause I think my grandma died after Deuce was born. But nigga, I remember like when my grandma was getting old, nigga, she was drinking Fleischmann's and smoking cigarettes. Nigga, my grandma was drinking cheap ass vodka, smoking cigarettes, nigga, every day till she died. And like, as a kid, I was like, Grandma, why you be drinking so much? Why you still smoking and shit? And she was like, nigga, look, all my kids is grown. I know all my grandkids. I even got grandkids. My husband is dead. I'm ready to go. I'm not finna be sitting up here trying to be here no longer than I have to be. I'm ready to go. I lived my life. And that's what I want motherfuckers to go out like. This episode is all about, and this is shit, what was that? 3 episodes ago, the episode This Is Why I'm Cool, episode 137. That's what that was about. Nigga, you want to get as much of this experience as you can out of life. So when it's time for you to clock out, nigga, you are completely content with what you did while you was on this motherfucker. You don't want to say, cause put it this way, nigga, it ain't gonna be nobody other than maybe Floyd Mayweather who gonna put their net worth on their motherfucking headstone. Nigga, when it's your time to clock out this motherfucker, the things that's gonna be important to you is gonna be husband, father, friend. That's the shit you see on headstones. Wife, daughter, like your duty in life, your motherfucking goal in life, your purpose in life. Like, if you a fucking entertainer, you know, great entertainer, lover, friend, you know, basketball legend, blah, blah, blah. Not how much fucking money you made, not how much shit you bought. Like, nigga, you not gonna look at a nigga headstone, it's gonna be like, that nigga had all the Balenciagas. That nigga had every piece of Fendi that came out, my nigga. This nigga had all the motherfucking Dolce Gabbana. This nigga had the most drip in the world. This was the flyest nigga ever. No, nigga, it's gonna say, nigga, brother, cousin, uncle, friend, nephew. Like, that's the shit that's important, my nigga. Who you were to people, your impact on other people's lives. Like I said, nigga, the game of life is a fucking team sport. And you gotta realize what's important in this motherfucker. Because if you lose sight of that, you absolutely gonna die with regrets. Nigga, you are absolutely gonna die mad as a motherfucker that all you chased in life was money. Everything that you spent your fucking hard time on was getting money. You know, because like I said, it's important. Money's important to take care of all these things. But in your chase for that money, you got to realize the reason that you got that money was to take care of these motherfucking things. And I'm going to drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. If you would like to support me financially, go to toomuchgamepodcast.store and get some merchandise. toomuchgamepodcast.store. And it's funny because this episode was about the game of life, my nigga. Let me just take a little break to give y'all niggas one last little piece of game before I get up out this bitch. The reason I don't be pushing my motherfucking merch in the middle of my motherfucking show, as much as I do this shit with the hopes of getting money from podcasting, I don't be trying to whoop you niggas over the head with these motherfucking ads about shit that's gonna make me money, because the most important thing in the Too Much Game Podcast is what I'm saying. And for all you niggas listening on streaming platforms, I don't put them ads in this motherfucking show. The distributor put them ads in the motherfucker. But this is just a fucking illustration of a point that I've been making throughout this show. Nigga, I could be pushing my merchandise throughout this motherfucker, but I don't. Only at the end. Because if y'all motherfuckers listening this deep into this bitch, I will hope that y'all will fuck with me enough to go get you a little t-shirt that ain't nothing but $20-something. But anyway, if you want to support the team financially, go to patreon.com/Townhouse Media, Town E House Media. Support the other Townhouse Media podcast, Sports for You podcast, Sports number 4, letter U, with Mark, John Watson, and Nick motherfucking Freeze. You know, live Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. Follow me on social media at Uncle Dolemite on Twitter and Instagram, or at Too Much Game Podcast on Instagram, Too Much Game Pod on Twitter. I think that's it. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too much game.